Hello, I'm Orhan Gaybov. You're watching AzTV News. Soldier of the Azerbaijani army, Ruslan Panahov, who lost his way and stepped on the Armenian side on February 28th and kept in custody in Armenia for about a week, was brought back to Azerbaijan. The return of our servicemen to the motherland once more time proves that a state is beside its every serviceman as it is beside of its every citizen.
The desire for Armenia to carry out a political manipulation resulted in a fiasco. Though the Armenian side wants to portray Ruslan Panahov's handover to Azerbaijan as a goodwill gesture, the reality is quite the opposite. If it had acted in good faith, it would not have procrastinated this issue to this extent. That is, it would not have launched a criminal case against him based on several fake accusations. Of course, such a behavior of the Armenian side is not surprising, but they and their patrons are forgetting something. The return of our soldier was realized thanks to the resolve of our state and the ultimatum issued to Armenia. Though Armenia tried to use this case as a political manipulation, it did not succeed in doing so. It was forced to bow before the resolve and serious warning of the Azerbaijani state.
Mikhail Mishustin, chairman of the government of the Russian Federation, is visiting our country. A guard of honor was lined up at the Heydar Aliyev International Airport. The chairman of the Russian government was welcomed by the Deputy Prime Minister of Azerbaijan, Shahin Mustafayev, and other officials. Azerbaijan's growing reputation in the international community is once again demonstrated by the fact that Azerbaijan did host the 14th plenary session of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly this year. Sahiba Gafarova, Speaker of the Milli Majlis, made this statement at the plenary meeting. At the end of the event, which was attended by 300 representatives from 26 countries, including 9 speakers and 5 deputy speakers of parliament, the Baku Declaration was adopted, paving the way for future cooperation. The speaker also highlighted that this prestigious event is another success of this foreign policy implemented by the head of our country, Ilham Aliyev.
One of the most important conclusions of the 14th plenary session of the organization for our country was that the chairmanship of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly for the years 2024 to 2025 was handed over to the Republic of Azerbaijan. A number of important bilateral meetings were held within the framework of the session.
On 8-9 March, Baku will host an international scientific conference on protecting diversity, fighting Islamophobia in 2024. Scientists from 30 countries, experts from international organizations, religious figures and representatives of non-governmental organizations will take part in the conference. The conference will include 2 plenary sessions and a visit by participants to Shusha, which has been declared the cultural capital of the Islamic world for 2024. All this was announced at the press conference on the event. It was noted that the existence of Islamophobia, Turkophobia, Azerbaijanophobia is a reality. The steps taken by some Western countries in this direction lead to the politicization of religion, and a number of organizations are already interested in organizing events on these topics.
We also intend to create an informal network of scholars. We are talking about a group that in one way or another reflects the interests of Azerbaijan. In fact, such a group already exists. It came to Baku last year and will come again this year.
Members of the Austria-South Caucasus Parliamentary Group of the National Council of Austria got acquainted with the restoration and construction works carried out in Agdam. European officials saw the war crimes committed in Agdam, which was under Armenian occupation for almost 30 years. Members of the delegation were surprised by the speed of work carried out in the liberated territories.
It's very impressive how everything gets rebuilt and restored. It's very nice to see where the history of Karabakh started with the King's Palace.
You can get in touch with us via our WhatsApp and Telegram accounts at 0515111956, through which you can report events you encountered, as well as share suggestions and remarks. That was all for the day. Thanks for being with us, and goodbye.